While reviewing Rajkumar's previous film, Bhool Chook Maaf, I noted the repetitive nature of his character as a small town boy. Before and during the pandemic, his portrayals had some development, but previously they followed a very straightforward pattern. However, I was fully optimistic about this film. The visuals showcased in the promotional materials were enough to generate excitement for the theatrical release, at least for me. The story follows a familiar formula, but the ensemble's performances initially seemed very promising. Now that I have watched the movie, I have a lot to discuss in this video. Deepak, played by Rajkumar Rao, jumps into the game of power to have that in his ordinary life and become a gangster. Within a few years, his root became so strong that the hierarchy was disturbed by that, and in a domino effect, chaos has started. Forms the basic narrative of Rajkumar Rao, Manushi Chhillar in the lead, and Pulkit directed gangster drama MAALIK hits the big screens. This is Point of View, and I will be discussing the good, the bad and the verdict in this video so you can make an informed decision about whether this movie deserves your money or not.
इतना गोली मारो जितना प्रदेश के इतिहास में आज तक ना चला हो.
First, the positive aspects. The background scores and the music. I expected every affirmative thing for this movie, but not the scores. That was baffling. Not too loud, but the subtlety the composer Ketan Sodha maintained throughout the duration was reckoning. Mostly the pre-pandemic movies had these kinds of BGM, where those were not unnecessarily overpowering the dialogues, and the Sachin Jigar musical made a good contribution. The title track was actually very good, and how beautifully they fit that into the screenplay so that it can elevate the visuals, that was a good decision. Also, the sound designing was very sensibly done here. The unusual pattern in the first half. The movie follows a very routine template of it being a gangster drama, but the pattern was quite different, and I kinda like that. The holding back of the backstory of our main protagonist till the interval, but before that showcasing the power of him in the present day, is quite unusual. The action set pieces. From the promotional materials, I was looking for the combat sequences of it, and that didn't disappoint me in the end. The hand-to-hand fight sequences, the gunfight sequences, all were designed in a very sensible manner. Disturbing, but not on the face. That was a brilliant take by Pulkit, and the pre-interval sequence was outstanding to watch along with the scores. The dialogues. Simple and to-the-point dialogues that fit into the world without being it too loud or exaggerated. It actually did not try to be a typical loud, massy movie, so it holds the tonality with the dialogues also. Rajkumar Rao, the actor. Director Pulkit has definitely celebrated the actor Rajkumar Rao with the awesome massy presentation. And Rajkumar Rao as Deepak aka MAALIK was batshit crazy. He was like piling up his stature for so long, he expressed it all in this movie. The close-up shots of him being angry, unhinged and unprecedented, those eyes literally speak a lot. And I totally loved him in this character. If for nothing else, just for the sake of Rajkumar, you should give it a try on the big screens. Now the things that pull it down. The writing. The movie was actually going well, and with the known template, it can be a good product in the end, but the half-baked writing ruined it. The hurried backstory without any strong motivation, the half-hearted climax where they probably left the hints of the sequel, but still, that was incomplete, not in a good way. Also, the emotions around the characters where you barely feel for anyone around the protagonist and even for the protagonist. The elevation in the scenes was mostly done by the director and the performance of Rajkumar, but apart from that, you can't feel for anyone. And that's called a bizarre writing. Manushi Chhillar, Prasenjit Chatterjee, Saurav Shukla, Saurav Sachdeva are so many big names, but they have had zero impact on the narration, which was sad and tone deaf. The first half of this movie was actually going very well, especially the face-off between Rajkumar and Prasenjit's character. That was so intense to watch. but the makers couldn't churn out more from that, and with the duration, they lost the frequency. I'm not saying it's a poor film, it's actually very good compared to the contemporaries, but it cannot be the exceptional in the end. I have expected more sincerity, but I'm happy on the other hand. After all, it's not another Bhaiyaji. I don't know why, but I had the fear of it ending like that movie. But it's far, far better. I think I shouldn't consider that movie to compare. The bar cannot be this low. Okay. And that's the video. So, what are your thoughts on this? If you have watched it, please let me know in the comments below. You can follow me on Instagram. The handle is pointofview9. Thank you so much for watching. See you at the point of view.